Hey, thought I would resurrect the Vita port review series. As you know, I went ahead and returned Samurai Warriors 4 a couple days ago, and I scoured their store, and there really wasn't anything there that I wanted that I would have warranted, just getting store credit. So what I did is I actually did get store credit, but I turned it into a $20 PlayStation card. And I spent, I think this was like $7. I spent $7 on Shock Troopers because I watch pretty much all the arcade, retro, beat 'em up arcade crew on Twitch, and they're big fans of this game. I did not play it very much when I was younger, even after the emulation craze back when like Neo Rage X, and that was like one of the first Neo Geo emulators, even before MAME. I never really played this game much. I recall playing the first and second one maybe once or twice, but it's a really good port. I know right now the retro community is really upset that .mu ported this game to Steam, and it's got a variety of issues. I really don't know why they get so much work, because their ports are not up to the standards of people who either have the actual arcade board or just use an emulator or both. And these games are like 20 years old, so the kids and stuff and the people that don't play older games aren't going to be interested in it anyway. Like the focus needs to be on pleasing the people who own the arcade boards and want it for convenience, or people who are emulation fans or emulation users that can't afford the arcade boards, which is a lot of people, including myself. I would love to have a shelf full of the arcade boards that I played a lot as a kid, and even later on when I was into emulation and stuff, but it's not possible. A lot of us have to rely on these ports, but luckily the Vita port is really awesome. Now, I have to give a disclaimer, I am not an expert on this game in the slightest. Metal Slug, I'm decent enough at that I could provide an educated opinion for the anthology, which I did last year. With this, I really only played it a couple times, and I've watched a bunch of high-level gameplay of it. That's it. But luckily, you don't really have to be an expert at this to see that it's a good port. Now, the biggest issue with this port, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. I don't know if you can change it or not. I asked my friend Lord BBH on Twitter. He's the one who recommended this to me in the first place, and he said that he's not sure if you can increase the credits. You will have a 4 credit limit when you play this, so there actually is quite a bit of pressure. If you're looking for something like, the infamous Strider 2 PS1 port, where all the reviewers complaining that you could credit feed through it, then this is probably not the port for you. You won't get it on Steam, where you have unlimited credits and you can play through the game and get better at it, on your own leisure. Here, you've always got the pressure of a 4 credit limit. When I was at Wednesday Night Fights a couple days ago, I played through about 90% of the game on my first run through 4 credits on normal. So it's not entirely, impossible or insurmountable. It's just that you are going to have that limitation. You can change the controls. You can change the filters, the wallpapers, to lower the sound and stuff like that. You can also have save states too, so if you want to, save scum through the game and learn it better that way, which is what a lot of people do, even the people that do 1 credit clears on arcade games, a very common thing. Speedrunners as well. Like, if you have access to an emulator for whatever game you're running, be it 1 credit clearing or score attack or speedrun, that's definitely the option you want, so it's nice that you have that built into the game. You also have replay data too, which is pretty nice. I haven't seen too many games have this. So instead of me playing, I thought, why not I just show one of the features of the game, which is you can save your replay after the credit's done. So I'm obviously not going to go through the whole 20 minute run, but I'll show the first level of the credit. But I can tell I'm definitely going to appreciate this feature later on, because if I'm playing this on the bus and I get a really nice run, I can save the credit and then I can come home and hook up the capture card and share it with you guys. I think that's a pretty awesome feature. as you can see, you are stuck to 4 credits. So, if you want the credit feed, it's not going to be as convenient as the Metal Slug Anthology was on PSP. Now, I don't know how often this goes on sale. I just bought it for the base price because I couldn't find anything else. Chances are, I'm probably going to put the rest of that $20 card towards Guilty Gear. But I think for $7, this is a pretty cool port. I can't think of too many ports that go above and beyond save gameplay, which is really nice to have, especially if you have a Vita TV or a modded capture card like I do. If you've ever done any high-level gameplay recording at all, you know that a lot of the best stuff happens when you're not intending to record. The Let's Players talk about the Let's Play first. Like, the best things, your best ability in games will happen when you're not recording it. So, it's nice that I can play this away from home. I can probably go grab something to eat, and if I decide to play it over there, and take the bus back, and I get a nice run, I can record it. I'd say the only major issue with this port is the fact that, as far as I know, you can't increase the credits that you have. But you are given a replay feature and a save feature, so you can save stuff in the game if you want. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. It's just if you want to, just kind of virtually put in a bunch of orders, the game doesn't seem to let you do that. This is a run of my first time playing this game in years, and like I said, I don't even think I actually finished this game back when I played it. I think I had like a Neo Geo ROM set, and I just played it for a couple minutes. I kind of regret not playing it more. I really enjoyed playing this game so far. I'm not good at it enough to really get more important. But like I said, if the credits bother you for lack of replay, just a couple more credits to get the game a little more easier, a little safer on your first couple runs, then you will want to get the Steam port, where you just have 99 credits, which is pretty much impossible to get. But from what I've heard from people that play this at a high level, this is like the best port that you can get. And you also have the benefit of, portability as well. That's about 5 minutes of gameplay, or 4 minutes of gameplay. That's good enough for now. You also get a manual too. Pretty nice stuff. Anyway, that's a little port review series of Shock Troopers. Like I said, I don't really have extensive experience with it. But you can tell when there's a good port because these games, emulated games and stuff like that, it's usually painfully obvious if it's a good port or not. And they went through the PC port of this, the Steam port from .mu, and they were able to point out the issues within like minutes. So it's a pretty rock solid port. I don't know how often it goes on sale. SNK does not discount their stuff that often. So, but for $7 you get a pretty fun game. It's got multiple routes that you can go through, so it's not just one of those one and done arcade playthroughs if you're not into the more hardcore stuff. I'm enjoying it so far. I hope that I'll be able to get a good replay file at some point, and I'll just share it with you guys.